Alright YouTube, so I wanted to pop in here and actually explain kind of what happened in the last video. I did post a video about me being mouse trapped, but that was only because of some bug with shadow play with Xbox. It's actually how I stream my game to Twitch. So if any of you guys were curious, that is why. But what I wanted to go over was, since I got mouse trapped and switched back to PC, I wanted to actually show you guys what kind of helped me get to this point. And by no means am I like insane at the game, but there's really good tips that'll actually help you get a lot better at the game a lot quicker. When it comes to any sort of operators, like if you're new to Siege or even new to a new platform, I would honestly argue that you're going to have to either relearn ops or you're going to have to completely find someone else. There is certain ops that I won't use on console versus PC, but it all just depends on who you're playing with as well. But what I do is I come right into shooting range, and these are the exact settings I'll set up. I go a 2-minute round, just put on dummies, 100 HP, headshot only, and put them on idle at 4 targets. And you'll just start it up. And you just want to basically just kind of get your aim warmed up, you know what I'm saying? You just move around, and I mean, you guys can tell, like, I obviously don't have the best aim when it comes to keyboard and mouse, but I'm telling you, bro, if you guys sit up in this and just, I mean, turn on any sort of music. You can play any sort of music you want. Listen to music and just shoot around the firing range. Now, the reason why it is headshot specific is just because you'll get into the habit more of just aiming for the head by default instead of, like, you know, trying to and then pulling down or just like that. Like, you don't want that. You want to be able to get into the habit of switching on, flicking on, whatever it may be, and just taking them out one by one. And it helps you with reaction time. Like, if you do get to a point where you start really flowing with your settings and whatnot, then you'll just start locking on as soon as they spawn. You'll just get into the habit of hitting every single shot every time. The one thing with settings that I think people like to confuse is that when it comes to keyboard and mouse, a lot of people don't know that you need to actually work your sensitivity from a higher sensitivity working down. Now, I play on this setting, or I play on these sensitivities, and I think it's a 800 DPI. I'm not 100%, but I do know for a fact that you want to work your way down in sensitivity when it comes to keyboard and mouse, and then when it comes to controller, you actually want to work your way up in sensitivity. Now, number one tip I can also give is make sure dead zones are always on 0 unless you have some like uncontrollable stick drift. You're definitely going to want to have the quickest response time. R6 is all about reaction time and etc, etc, etc. So just make sure that you have all odds and ends, you know what I mean, all aligned, so you're basically just good to go in any sort of compartment. If you do get sick of that one, you can also try to switch it to, I would say probably run, honestly. And then I'd put it to 1 target and then switch dummy to big ball, or honestly, you could even do small. And you're just gonna want to sit right here and just kind of try to follow the ball, kind of track it, if you will. Now, over time, it may take time to get used to. You may even have to switch sensitivities, but you don't want to be going over the ball exactly. You either want to be kind of sort of trailing behind it in a sense, or just kind of be right around the general area like this. Now, another thing a lot of people would ask is keybinds, but in all honesty, I think keybinds is really personal preference. Do whatever's comfortable. Like, you'll never be able to play on anyone else's settings. You can take advice and try to implement what works for you, but 9 times out of 10, like, it's just not gonna work. Like, you're telling me if someone has a, let's say an Xbox One controller without paddles and all, but then you have paddles on a, I don't know, a Series whatever the next gen controllers are. It's just not going to be the same. As well as like, dude, homie on the PlayStation controller could have sausage fingers, and then the other dude could have 6-inch long fingers. Like, it's not the same world. Now, some other honest inputs I can give when it comes to this is, instead of just hopping straight into ranked or standard, I recommend hopping into arcade. Quick match you'll run into, I feel like, more sweaty opponents than like if you were to go play standard or ranked. So I recommend arcade, play some free-for-all games, whatever it may be, you know, get comfortable with different weapons, get comfortable with different maps, learn the layouts. I would say if you're going to play solo, this is the way to go to learn the game 100% and get used to like muscle memory on keyboard and mouse, or even if you are switching a controller. Now, obviously, I'm not a high rank, but I am kind of hard stuck on PC. Like I said, I really did not play much PC Rainbow. I did learn how to play Rainbow a bit more on here, but I ended up switching back to console. But after the mousetrap, it just wasn't even worth my time. So hopefully either Ubisoft will fix it, or I can get a ticket in, or I'm just gonna have to wait till the end of the season. But on console, I mean, I'm holding my own. Like I said, I'm still even learning the game just in general. It's not like I'm new to it, but I just need to get basic mechanics down, etc, etc. All right, and then for you guys who are wondering what my PC stats look like, at the moment, I do have a negative KD in ranked. Like last night, we were just kind of duo queuing. But I mean, over time, I have kind of somewhat managed to learn how to hold at least a neutral KD. You know, I'll have some days where I have a little bit more positive days. But I mean, when it comes to switching from console to PC, it's not really a drastic difference in a sense. It's just people play at a quicker speed. Console players like to play slower and PC players like to play fast. So it's, if you find that like median in that, you can float pretty well on it. And when it comes to maps, I mean, sometimes it'll show you which ones, you know, you have certain win percentages on, certain matches, you know, how much you played them, win percentage, wins, losses, KD, attack win percentage, defense win percentage. These are things that I paid attention to at least, but especially this too. It'll show you like your win percentage with certain operators. If you like a certain one, you could look at this and think like, which operators can you use with other people that work well, etc. And see, like, I just started back in Deep Freeze, which I was really inconsistent. If I actually go to ranked, maybe actually over here, go to view details. Nope, same thing. I don't know how to look at the individual seasons, but I mean, Deadly I did play a decent amount in. I actually did hit bronze, but then I didn't even play New Blood. I played 2 matches, I guess, in Twin Shells, and now we're kind of just messing around in Collision, just trying to at least get bronze, maybe silver if we're lucky, because I don't want to be in this hard suck state anymore. I feel like if I were to play with better people or play more coordinated with certain teammates, then we could definitely get further, but for now we're just kind of floating in copper and bronze lobbies. But if this video helps you guys in any sort of way, I'd appreciate it if you guys dropped a like. If you watched it this far, I appreciate you watching. If you guys want to see more tips videos on either Siege, COD, any sort of games, just let me know. And I'll try to help you guys understand just as much as I do when it comes to certain games on getting either better, or whether it's learning, whether you're an experienced player, a new player, you know, switching inputs like I am. I'll try to help you guys in any sort of way if you guys do actually enjoy these videos.